Hello, welcome back to Money Monday. I'm Angie, and today we're tackling a big question that affects anyone living off their pension or planning to do so soon. Is the 4% rule still safe in 2025, or has it quietly expired? That's what this channel is for, to keep everything visible for you and to help you plan how to make your money go further. So if you're retired or thinking about retirement, you'll want to hear this, because drawing down too much too early can mean you outlive your savings. But remember, also drawing down too little might mean you miss out on the life you saved for. It's a fine balance, but it's more critical not to run out too soon. Let's begin and find a smart, safe path forward together. Firstly, what is the 4% rule? The 4% rule was introduced in the 1990s. The rule comes from a study by William Bengen in 1994, based on historical US market data. It said, if you withdraw 4% of your retirement pot in the first year of retirement and adjust each year for inflation, your money should last 30 years. So let's look at this example to explain it. If you had £200,000 saved, you would withdraw £8,000, which is 4%, in the first year. In each subsequent year, you would increase that £8,000 by the rate of inflation, not 4% of the remaining pot. It assumes a balanced portfolio, typically 50 to 75% stocks, and the rest in bonds. The rule isn't a guarantee, just a guideline based on past performance. And it was a comforting idea because it gave retirees a simple target and a sense of safety. But here's the catch. It was based on US market data from a very different era. Interest rates were higher back then, and inflation was lower. Furthermore, people didn't live as long. So it does beg the question, does it still hold up in 2025? Obviously, we need to look at why the 4% rule is being challenged. Number one, lower investment returns. Yes, experts now expect lower future returns from both stocks and bonds compared to the past. This makes a 4% annual withdrawal riskier. You could be eating into capital too fast and use it up earlier than you want. Number two, there's persistent inflation. The UK inflation has been stubborn. While it's come down since the peak, energy and food prices are still much higher. If you're adjusting withdrawals by inflation, you could inflate your way into trouble. And number three, longer retirements. Today, many people retire at 65, but live well into their 90s. That's 30 plus years of withdrawals. If you remember, the original scheme was based on 30 years. If you live longer than the model retiree of the 90s, the 4% rule could leave you short. But don't toss it out completely, because the 4% rule still works as a guideline, and it still offers value to us as a simple and sensible starting point. Plus, it's a way to avoid overspending. And it's that psychological anchor we need to relax. Think of it as giving you a sense of pace, like cruise control, but the road's changed, so we need to steer manually sometimes. So what can you do instead of, or rather alongside the 4% rule? And here are 5 safer, smart down strategies for you today. Number 1, start lower and adjust later. Withdraw 3 to 3.5% early on, then increase as you age or if markets perform well. And why is this? Because the early years are critical. Market downturns early in retirement can have lasting effects. Number 2, use a guardrail system. Set a range for your spending, like 3% in tough years, 4% in normal years, and 5% only when your pot grows significantly. It gives you flexibility without fear, and as I said, it keeps that all-important stress at bay. Number 3, use a bucket strategy. That is, divide your savings into 3 time-based buckets. Short term, 0 to 2 years for cash savings. Medium term, 3 to 10 years in bonds. And long term, 10 plus years, stocks or property. This method protects your day-to-day income even if markets fall. Number 4, factor in the state pension. In 2025, the UK state pension is nearly £12,000 per year for those who qualify fully. Use that as a base layer and draw less from your private pot until later. Number 5, check in yearly. Rather than set and forget, review your plan each year and ask, is inflation up? Did my investments gain or lose? Has my lifestyle changed? Importantly, remember to review yearly to help you adapt without overreacting. Let's look at a real-life example, and this one shows us Paul's retirement plan. Now, Paul is 67 and ready to retire. He has £240,000 in his pension, full state pension worth £11,973 a year, a modest lifestyle and a cautious approach. So instead of rigidly withdrawing £9,600, the 4% each year, he starts with 3.5%, 8,400. He adds his state pension of £11,973 to cover most of his essentials. He keeps £10,000 in easy access savings for emergencies. He reviews his withdrawals every February based on markets and spending. By the age of 75, if markets do well, he may safely increase to 4.5%, but he's not rushing it. That's what you can call real-world flexibility in action. I can't give personal advice here, but here's what I encourage. Use the 4% rule as a conversation starter, not a finish line. Consider working with a financial advisor to tailor a plan. Stay curious and engaged. Retirement planning isn't one and done. If your plan is based on rules from the 1990s, it might well be time for a tune-up. So, is the 4% rule dead? Not quite, but in 2025, it needs a flexible mindset and fresh thinking. If this video helped you, please give it a like, share it with someone who could need it and who's planning their retirement, and subscribe to be sure to receive more calm, clear money guidance every Money Monday. Oh, and tell me in the comments, are you using a drawdown rule or creating your own plan? Do email me at arhorner@outlook.com to receive a valuable checklist on this topic. Just add 4% drawdown rule in the subject line. Until next time, stay wise, stay well, and thanks for watching Money Monday. Bye for now.